Hey everyone, welcome back to another week of Bella TV. I'm your host, Danita Chantel, and today I am with one of our friends and lovely stylist out of New York City, and her name is Evan Elkowitz. She's
Hi.
here today to talk about some great things that she's doing. She has a column in Bella, and she travels, she styles people, and we're so happy that she took out time to come with us and talk to us today.
Thank
So
you for
how are
having me. I'm
you?
good. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Oh my
So
gosh,
nice to be here.
we actually have our very own stylist in house. You have a column in our magazine. Talk to us a little bit about how you got started.
Oh, with styling
Yeah, with
with
styling.
styling? Well, just I woke up 3 years ago and I just decided I needed to do something interesting and different with my life, and I decided to chase after a passion that I always had, which is fashion and style. So I just sort of had a logo made and said, "Here I am," and that was just how I started, and it just sort of progressed from there.
Wow, and you took the leap of faith.
I did. I did. Yeah, I had 3 kids, and I said I want them to be proud of their mom. So I said, here I go.
Yeah. Well, everyone's not born with style. I mean, some of us can go shopping and put on clothes, but style is all about attitude and how you carry yourself. Now, you said you were born with style. There had to be somebody that impressed you, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you're necessarily born with style, but I think your influences
Yeah.
are very important. And I have a very stylish mother and sister and aunt and family, and I definitely got a lot of my inspiration from my family.
And it runs in the family, obviously.
It does. It does.
And you said 3 years ago you took the leap of faith. You got
Yes.
connected with us.
Yes.
We're so happy that you're part of the family.
Me
And
too.
You designed some of our covers. You have our column. Now talk to us about your column that's coming up in our holiday issue.
So, for those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is Style by Evan. I'm completely Cuba obsessed. Everyone who knows me knows that about me. I have an article coming out called Designer Inspiration in Modern Day Havana in the holiday issue of Bella. And basically, I'm going to be running the first fashion and arts tour to Cuba from January 14th to 18th. We're leaving out of New York, but you can join us from anywhere in the world. And my whole goal is to help expose the designer community in Cuba, because it really hasn't been acknowledged by the U.S. or many other places, and it's my passion.
Wow. Now, I do understand that a lot of Cuban style, the two designers that you're working with, one of their styles was influenced by using recycled materials and different things like
Yes,
that. Can
yes.
you talk to us about that, and
Yes.
what's their name?
Well, yes, there's a jewelry designer who I adore her. It's funny because my Spanish is not so good, and her English is not so good, but we've become very close
And
friends.
you've connected it through fashion.
Yes, absolutely, through our love of fashion. And her name is Maylin Guevara, and she's super, super talented. She's an amazing jeweler and designer, and her things are made out of wood and formica. She uses stones, she uses silver, basically anything that she can get her hands on, whether it be wires or anything. And so she's one of the people who I wrote about in my column. And yeah, I love her.
And the other designer?
And the other designer's name is Boris Antonio Perez Vasquez. I actually here's a picture of him.
So beautiful. Your spread, your layout is gorgeous.
Thank you.
Between the cars and the houses and the colors and of course the content.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I mean, so Boris teaches at the Design Institute in Havana. And he's also, his English is not so great. My Spanish is not so great.
And the love for fashion connects you all.
But he and I just have like this great connection. And I wear his dresses. I wear his handbags. He's really wonderful and talented. And he's going to be meeting with my trip. And you should all join us, and you should come on the trip if you have any curiosity to come and see Cuba. It's going to be a really wonderful experience.
Well, your first experience there, what was that like?
Well, the first time I was there, I went alone, and before I left New York, somebody who I knew called me and said, "I heard you're going to be in Havana. Would you be willing to style a photo shoot for a Cuban jeweler?"
Wow.
And I said, "Sure. Why not?" So I went down there. I brought clothes for the models, and by the following morning, we were driving around Havana in a van filled with models, photographer, assistants, makeup, and hair, and it was honestly like one of the best days of my entire life.
Wow, living the life. And how did the spread come out? Like, how did the shoot go?
Well, we were doing photos for her website that was going to be coming up in America. But anyway, the photos came out beautiful, and the best part was that everybody that I worked with became good friends.
Wow, that's amazing. And so that sparked the interest to come back, and then of course you kind of made yourself known down there, and then connected with these two other designers, and now you're planning a trip to go back. Like, what better way to spend the winter vacation?
Exactly.
You have a reason to take a winter vacation, right?
Exactly. Who doesn't need a winter vacation?
Yeah, and especially by yourself, you know, to get away from the family, right? For a little bit.
Yes. Well, I go there. I mean, this will be my 6th trip to Cuba.
Wow.
So I go there as often as I can. But yeah, it's a special place. You know, the people are what make it so amazing for me, and
the food, the culture,
and
everything.
Yes.
Must be nice. And then also talk to us a little bit about like the aesthetic of the communities down there, like the cars and like.
Well, yeah, there are vintage cars everywhere. Everything about Cuba really, is what attracts me. But at the end of the day, it's the people. It's how motivated they are, how intelligent they are, how driven they are to succeed. And there's just incredible things that are going on there. I have a friend who is an editor of an incredible magazine called Amano. I have many friends there who work in bars and restaurants, who lead tours, who are photographers, designers. So I'm excited to expose all of this to my tour.
Yeah, you found a nice little gem down in Cuba,
yes.
which gave you Cuba, right?
Which gave you Cuba.
Which gave you style inspiration, and it's something that it's natural, and it's like you're born with it.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
It runs in your blood.
Absolutely. And it just feels like, every time I was just talking to a friend, and I said every time I land in Havana and I walk into the airport and I smell the smell of the French fries, I'm like, I'm home.
The fries.
I'm home.
Well, I do have a question, like for myself, as far as we're in the heart of Times Square, so you hear all the sirens outside. So we have a hot guest here, so that's what that's all about.
True.
Yes, but I have a question for you regarding style. Like the holidays are coming up, and we have women and men looking for things to wear to holiday parties, Christmas parties, and people may not have a budget to go out and splurge. Like, do you recommend anything to like zhuzh up our outfits for like the holidays?
Like one particular thing?
That would help us, Like,
right.
That little black dress we all have, but we need something.
Yeah. I would say for a woman, if you want like a little temporary like fix, it's always fun to pick up like either a fun pair of shoes for the season or a fun pair of boots. I think that's like, look at your boots, Exhibit A. Like, I think that always makes you feel sexy and fresh, and it'll add a little flair to your typical black dress or even jeans or leather pants. And for a man, it depends, For a guy, they could do a cool new pair of like high-end sneakers or a cute pair of loafers or a cute little boot.
But just something that expresses their style.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
100%.
Now, again, you style for Courtney, our own editor-in-chief. You do bar mitzvahs, magazine covers. You do a little bit of everything. Like, how can we get in touch with you if we want to, follow you on Instagram or even contact you so you can style us for the holidays?
Well, the best way is you can contact me through Instagram at Style by Evan. And if you want to sign up for my Cuba tour, you can look up cubawithpurpose.com, and you can sign up for the trip. And that's basically how you get me.
Wow. Well, we're so happy that you made it in.
Thank you.
And
Thank you for having me.
Your style today is real fabulous. Your jeans, your boots, your outfit. Like, it's just so classy and put together. And it's effortltless style,
Thank you. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Thank you. You're sweet. Thank you.
Well, all you Bellas out there, please make sure you pick up our next our next issue of Bella Magazine and check out her trip to Cuba, and make sure that you tune in next week and check out our next episode of Bella TV. We're so happy you tuned in, and we look forward to sharing with you next week. And thank you again, Evan. We're so happy to have you here.
Thanks for having me.